President Ramaphosa warmly welcomed General Museveni to South Africa and informed the members that the purpose of President Museveni's visit to the country was to review bilateral relations between the two countries.
And delighted with your presence here. The purpose of President Museveni's visit to us here was to review our bilateral relations and to see the extent to which those relations can be strengthened. We have noted significant progress in the implementation of agreements that we have had in the past, and as testament to our growing relations, we have just witnessed the signing of further agreements and memoranda of understanding.
President Ramaphosa pointed out that Uganda stood firm in its support for the goals of the liberation struggle of the people of South Africa and also contributed in many different ways to help them attain their freedom and democracy.
Congratulated President Museveni on Uganda's nomination as the incoming chair of the non-aligned movement. We believe that Uganda's chairing of the non-aligned movement will advance the interests of developing economies. I have also taken time to thank the sacrifices that were made by Uganda in helping us achieve our own freedom. Uganda is that we have, such as South Africa and Uganda, should continue working together for peace, the primacy of multilateralism, for the reform of the United Nations system. Our freedom, it was as though Uganda itself had attained its own freedom. So we will continue to thank you, President Museveni, and the people of Uganda for the support that you've offered us.
He therefore expressed his desire that the trade bilateral relations will also be strengthened through various bodies.
I had the opportunity in my discussions with His Excellency President Museveni to convey to him that South Africa remains keen on investing in Uganda, and particularly in a number of sectors in banking, retail, telecommunications. We hope that Ugandan businesses will also find their way in investing in South Africa for the mutual benefit of our two countries.
President Ramaphosa also announced that they expressed their strong views to resolve issues that impede the economic growth of Uganda and South Africa.
Always find ways to resolve the issues that impede economic growth and development between our two countries. And we've agreed that our two trade ministers will need to be engaged to put in place a mechanism that will ensure matters such as the protection of investment in our respective countries.
President Museveni, on his part, congratulated the people of South Africa for the struggle they have waged against colonialism.
The 60s. So I regard myself as third generation anti-colonial fighter. So our understanding of prosperity comes from two lines. Line one, education for all. And I want to congratulate ANC. I'm told that you are educating all these South Africans. Now, the moment you know that in order to be prosperous, one line is education, but the other line is producing a good or a service and selling it. Then the next question is, who will buy your good or your service?
General Museveni strongly encouraged the members of the Joint Commission to identify and study what South Africa could do best and sell to Uganda and vice versa.
So therefore, when we say, please, Pan-Africanism, issue number one is to deal with the issue of prosperity. Prosperity through the sale of goods and services to as many people as possible. That's how you become prosperous. The second question is, do you want security, strategic security, against all threats? Now, if you think Uganda can be secure alone, then you are deceiving yourself. That's why we, the Pan-Africanists, again tell you that if you want prosperity, Pan-Africanism. You want strategic security, again Pan-Africanism. That's how you can get it. But the third one is, by the way, why do you find it difficult to unite these Africans? Do you know they are either similar or linked?
Later, the two leaders witnessed the signing of various memorandum of understanding that covered social, economic, legal, and scientific sectors. President Museveni later visited the Freedom Park, where the history of the heroes who fought against apartheid and for the independence of South Africa is showcased. Uganda and South Africa have a combined 105 million people and a history stretching more than 70 years, but the result of their bilateral trade is a combined $153 million US. Sarah Chirabo, live at 8.
Continuing the good cooperation